Hello everyone. In this brief episode, we will take a look at Streaming-ACN. I'm using grandMA onPC version 1.8.8.2 on a Mac PC here, and side by side I have installed a little tool which you can grab for free from sACNview.org, and it's a software available for Windows, Mac and Linux which lets you visualize streaming ACN traffic on your data network. So I have it already installed and bring it up here, and right now we see it's not showing any data for any of the universes here. So there's nothing going on sACN wise on my network. Let's change that. In onPC, the first thing you got to do is go to settings here, click network, click on the network session that hasn't been started, and make sure that it says viz plus dongle. This means that my onPC is connected to a grandMA viz key, a little hardware dongle connected at the USB port, and you do need some piece of MA hardware connected to onPC, otherwise it won't stream out sACN at all. And you can also make sure by going to settings, onPC settings, that your PC is actually connected and has established a connection to the viz key hardware. Once that is done, you still have to activate the session by clicking the create button down here and wait until it turns green. Now it's established. I close networks and go to settings, DMX protocols, switch to the sACN tab, and here you got to make sure that you select the correct network interface on your computer. And my Mac happens to have three. There's the local interface, which is not an actual hardware interface, and it has 3 IP addresses, one for its wired Ethernet connection and one for the Wi-Fi connection. I pick the wired one here. For each universe which you want to stream out through sACN, you got to add an entry to this table. So when you start out, you'll likely just see this first line here. I have added a second one for the second universe. There are essentially 2 settings here that are important. You can give it whatever name you want. You have to set a local universe. That's the universe that gets streamed out from this entry. And then you got to select the mode. And essentially, you can choose between outputting multicast traffic or unicast traffic. The difference being that if you stream out multicast traffic, it goes out to your network, and literally every PC on your network which is interested in that sACN traffic can subscribe to it and start reading it. But sometimes in some home networks, for example when you use complex wireless setups, multicast traffic doesn't work. If you experience problems, you might want to choose unicast traffic, and then you got to give it a destination IP address. So then this onPC installation will just stream out to that destination IP address. Multicast works in my setup, so I switch it back to outputting multicast. So I've made sure that both universes stream out in multicast over this interface, which is my wired Ethernet interface, and I just enable output. As soon as these 2 lines start flashing green, that indicates that onPC is actually streaming out data. So let's take a look. And here we go. This is universe 1. This is universe 2. And actually, we do see the DMX values that are generated here being streamed out here. If I clear all of this, and if I off the sequence, you see the traffic stops. The next step in my setup is I receive the sACN traffic through a Lumen Radio Stardust device, which then broadcasts it out wirelessly to my training rig. I hope this helped, and see you soon.